Is this thing on? Oh yes, it is. Hey, have you ever sent an email that completely felt ignored? Like, not even your mom opened it? Yeah, I've been there. And trust me, there's a reason why this keeps happening. One that most people overlook. Don't worry, today I'm sharing a really easy, simple 3-minute hack that makes a real difference. So it's a quick and proven way to get more people opening your emails, so your message actually gets seen. Hey, I'm Julia Schürer, I'm from Germany. I'm an expert in email marketing and my superpower is storytelling and nurture email strategies. I help coaches, course creators and membership owners create meaningful connections through authentic and relationship-driven emails. In today's video, I'm sharing a quick tweak that changed everything for me in my emails. It's so simple, I wish I had known this sooner. This is no theory, it's a real strategy that I have tested, and trust me, you will want to try this. But what is it that stops people from reading your emails? I can tell you, it's not your writing, it's your subject line. So if your subject line don't spark curiosity instantly, your emails don't get opened. But in this video, we are going to fix that. And I will show you exactly how to craft subject lines that grabs attention immediately, make people really interested in your emails, and the most important thing, get your emails the clicks they deserve. It takes less than making a cup of coffee. Okay, unless you're one of those people with a 17-step pour over routine, in which case I admire your patience. Stick around till the end, because I will also break down common subject line mistakes that might be secretly sabotaging your emails. Ready? Let's go. Here's the truth. If your subject line flops, your email is basically a tree falling in the forest with no one around to hear it. You could have written the most brilliant email of your life, so Shakespeare level, Nobel Prize worthy copywriting. But if the subject line is boring, no one sees it. So here's a real fact. 47% of people decide to open an email based on the subject line alone. And honestly, I think the other 53% just clicking delete out of habit. So let's dive into the 3-minute hack that really saved my emails many times. Okay, before we start into the actual 3-minute hack, here's the deal. Whenever I write a subject line, I do this 3-step process that makes less time than scrolling through your ex Instagram. Okay, we have 3 steps. Step number 1 is swipe and adapt. Have you ever noticed how some emails always catches your attention? The one that makes you click without even thinking, that's the subject lines we are looking for. These subject lines are gold. Okay, so here's what I do. I look at past emails that got high open rates. So step number 1, I check out great subject lines from coaches, course creators, brands I love. And then I tweak them for my own email. Easy as that, right? Think of it like using a recipe, but swapping out the ingredients you don't like. So it's not copying, it's a smart inspiration. Step number 2, emotional triggers. People open emails because of feelings, not because of logic. I add a little spice, let's say a dash of curiosity, urgency, or even FOMO, or what I like to say, it's JOMO, it's the joy of missing out. For example, instead of a subject line that is new blog post about email marketing, I would try the one email mistake that's killing your open rates. Well, it's a bit too long, but let's fix this later. Step number 3 is the A/B test and iterate. If you have 0 clue what will work, write 2 versions. Send half your list, one subject line, and the other half a different subject line. Whichever gets more open, so that's your winner. Okay, let's talk about mistakes. There are 3 main mistakes people doing when it comes to writing subject lines. Mistake number 1 is they are being very vague. Many people use very generic subject lines because they don't want to sound pushy, and they assume their audience will be curious enough to open the email anyway. Spoiler, they don't. Why is this a problem? People scroll through their inbox very fast. If your subject line doesn't grab their attention right away, they will skip right past it. You need to give your audience a reason why they should care about your email. Okay, let's give you an example of a very vague subject line. So check this out. What is it? What exactly should I check out? I'm confused. Let's quickly fix this. What about a subject line called higher open rates? This is a 3 to 5 words with clear benefits and curiosity-driven question that invites engagement. So here's the rule of thumb for every subject line. The shorter the subject line, the higher the open rates. Rule of thumb is 3 to 5 words. Quick tip. Before sending your email, ask yourself, number 1, would I click on the subject line if it landed in my inbox? Number 2, does it really tell me, the reader, what I will gain? And number 3, does it make me curious enough to open? Mistake number 2 is using spammy words. It's easy to think that adding urgency will get more clicks. And while a sprinkle of urgency helps, you don't want to sound like a pushy sales ad, right? What's the problem? There are spam filters that gets triggered when using the wrong word. Emails with words like free, act now, or urgent often gets flagged as spam, sending your email straight in the promotions tab, or more worse, in the junk folder. Secondly, people are getting smarter about clickbait. So if your subject line has spammy words or is too pushy, people will avoid it. The third problem is when every other email says, last chance, don't miss this, people start tuning out. Let's give you an example of a spammy subject line. Act now, free bonus inside. This subject line doesn't grab attention because it's so overused. It feels generic. Your audience has seen it a million times. It doesn't really stand out or offer real value. Let's see how we can fix this. What about a little gift for you, but not for long? This creates curiosity and urgency without spammy words like bonus or act now or whatever. And it feels personal and engaging and more human. So here's a quick tip for you. Before using urgency in your subject lines, ask yourself, number 1, does this sound like something a human being would actually say? Number 2, how can I create urgency without being pushy? And number 3, am I setting realistic expectations inside my emails? So no fake FOMO. Mistake number 3 is overcomplicating it. If you try to be creative and different and writing long subject lines, clever subject lines, here's what happens. You try to be creative and different, so you write a long, really clever subject line. But instead of catching attention, it just ends up confusing people. Why is this a problem? People won't take the time to figure out what your email is about. If your subject line isn't clear and on point right away, they will skip it. The other thing is, long subject lines get cut off, especially on mobile. If they have to think too much, they won't click. Let's give you a quick example of an overcomplicated subject line. The one simple yet genius, highly effective email strategy that helped me increase my open rates by 37% and could do the same for you. Whew, that's much. Let's see how we can fix this. The email tweak that works. Simple. 3 to 5 words, simple, natural, sounds like a human being. Another quick tip for you before sending your email. Ask yourself, can I say this in fewer words? Will this be easy to read on a mobile screen? Would I actually read this if it landed in my inbox? Okay, let's give you a final takeaway. Keep it clear, compelling, and click-worthy. Be specific. Tell your audience what's in it for them. Avoid the spammy words. Use urgency naturally, not aggressively. Keep it short and easy to read. If it takes more than 2 seconds to understand, rewrite it. If you have a subject line you are unsure about, drop it in the comments and I give you feedback. Let me share some real-life examples from my own emails and show you how my subject lines have impacted my open rates. Okay, so what you can see here, this is my Notion board, aka my forever email library. And I have in here, not all, but some of my emails. So I'm still working on copy pasting everything from my ActiveCampaign and MailerLite account in here. So what I've done here, I sorted this row with the highest open rate. So let's quickly see a high open rate. So this email has 66.67% open rate, which is amazing for me. So, and this is the subject line. So the subject line basically is, I tried it all and peeped it up. So what I have in here is, I had in here a emoji, which is not really recommended because it can lead to flagging your email as a spam mail. So be very careful with this. But I think this subject line works well because it really sparks curiosity and people asking, or my audience ask, oh, what did she try? Why she peeped up? So, okay. So then I have another one, which is 55.58%, which is a personalized email, a personalized subject line. So I had a time where I collected first names, but if you do this, you need to be careful because your cost per lead might be significantly higher than without asking for the first name. So, but I wanted to try it. And as you can see, I had over 50% open rate. And so the subject line was first name, let's say Julia. I was scared as heck. And because I invested a lot of time in nurturing my audience with my 30-day nurture sequence, which is my course, the 30-day sequence secrets, I can do subject lines like that because people already know me. Next one, which was also very high with over 50%, is kill the ideal client. So this is something that really speaks to my audience because many coaches, course creators, membership owners are so freaking tired of having the ideal client avatar. So at some point in your business, you need to have it. But if you're just starting out, you can do a trial and error. There's no real thing to stick to the ideal client. And now I'm sharing a secret. If you start your business, then you are your ideal client because you monetize your journey. And this means you are your ideal client for a significantly time in your business. So let's quickly sort it in another way. And we have here a 25% open rate. And this is a mom, you need to make mistakes. This was the subject line. And I think it didn't really speak to my audience because of the word mom. Not all of the people in my audience are moms. So I think the word mom was not the best choice. So then I have here's a weekly roundup. It's also weekly roundup. Let's learn and grow together. I think this is not what people want to hear because it's the education thing. And just a little side note, we are no longer in an area of education and knowledge. We are in an area of experiences and insights. So if you want to know more about this, I can link a video below. So this also ice cream drama and email epiphany doesn't really make sense. It's not interesting. It will not spark curiosity. So this was also a fail with 27.18%. So last one, I want to show you from my best ones because I love it so much. This one. Bye-bye Instagram. This was my announcement that I will finally ditch Instagram and social media and focus on emails, my YouTube channel, and my blog. So this sparks curiosity. It was interesting. It was right what my audience also maybe wants and needs. So this was also one of my best. So what you can see here, all my subject lines, and especially those who worked really good, were short and they sparked curiosity. Okay, let's quickly go over what we have covered today. So we talked about why your subject lines really matter. If they don't grab attention, your emails won't get read, right? So then we broke down the 3-minute subject line hack. Number 1 is swipe and adapt. So find what works and tweak it. Number 2, use emotional triggers, spark curiosity, urgency, or connection. And number 3, do A/B testing and improve. So test different versions to see what gets the best results. We also looked at common mistakes to avoid. And finally, I showed you my real-life examples from my own emails so you can see what actually works. If you couldn't find one key takeaway from this video, here's mine. Keep it simple, clear, and focused on your audience. A great subject line isn't about being super clever. It's about making people want to open your emails. Try this on your next email, test what works, and don't be afraid to tweak and improve over time. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more insights on email marketing, storytelling, and building meaningful connections with your audience. And before you go, check out the free resources that I have linked below. They are designed to help you take the next step, like creating your next really good subject line. I would love to hear from you. What's the one thing you are excited to implement right away? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.